Hello, welcome to 2026. So this year I am doing 4 top 2025 lists. I am doing games that I played for the first time in 2025 that were published prior to 2025. Small, medium, and large box games. And this is the large box games video, which I'm actually a little concerned about all of the weight on my table. So let me tell you about these. Not all of these have videos because some of them are so big I haven't had really a way to film them, but if you want a video, let me know. So the first one's a little bit of a cheat, and it is the Castles of Burgundy Special Edition, because I know Castles of Burgundy has been out for a very long time. It is a great game, but this is the first edition I have owned, so I'm counting it as a 2025 big box game because it is gorgeous and it is a classic game. So I'm going to have to set some of these down here as I do this, simply because I don't think they will go back on my table. Next up, from Cardboard Alchemy, we have Critter Kitchen. And this was the Kickstarter version that has all of the expansions. If you get just the retail version, it will be a smaller box, but is still an amazing game. You have 3 different size zoo chefs that you are sending out into the area to collect ingredients. And the bigger the zoo chef, the more they can carry, but the last they pick in turn order. So it's really interesting to see everyone send out their critter, see where they're going, and see how you are going to fare so that you can make these amazing meals and score the most points. Then, let's see. Next up, we have Cretaceous Rails. I adore this game. You are building this really cool high-speed rail through the jungle. You're also building a resort. You are taking tourists out. There are dinosaurs. There is time travel. You are bringing dinosaurs back to your resort to display in order to score points. This game has it all. It is so fun. I'm not usually a huge dinosaur theme person. This game has it all. It also had a Kickstarter for some extra expansions that are coming out, I think, later in 2026. So I can't wait to try those. But this game is fantastic. Then we have Parks. Parks got a facelift. This is the deluxe edition with all of the things. It took kind of the best from the base game and the expansions and put it all into one game. Cleaned some things up so it runs a little bit more smoothly. I know there's been debate about the artwork. I love it. I think it is great. I love that you have the Nalgene looking canteen that you're getting to fill up how you want as you traverse back and forth across this trail and you take photos and you do all of the things. I love Parks. Then we have Galactic Cruise. This game is so good. For being as big and heavy and thinky of a game as it is, it's also smooth and everything makes sense together, that I feel like it's a lot more approachable than some of the really big heavy games, because it just makes sense why you're doing certain things and why actions tie together in a given way. Secretly, I think I've always wanted to be like a travel agent, and so this game, you are planning cruises, space cruises, of course. You are getting your ship ready to do that. You're making sure you have all the supplies. You are launching your ship. You're doing all of the things. It's fabulous. Then we have, this is the smallest of the big box games, but it does not feel small. We have How to Save a World from Burnt Island Games. This game is incredible. You are moving around between 2 different areas, completing actions, completing projects. There's some bag building going on. There is so much happening. I loved their other game that I tried this year as well, Deep Sea, or Endeavor Deep Sea. Also fabulous, but in this game, it's just so cool the way you're moving around and doing the actions. I love worker placement. It's one of my favorite things. And you are trying to save the world. Ultimately, the world is going to be saved in one of 3 ways, and you don't know which way until the very end of the game. And whichever project you have invested most heavily in, you are hoping is the one that saves the world, because you will get the most points for that. But don't neglect the other projects, because you need points there as well. So this one is fantastic. Then we have what is the lightest weight game, but still in a big box, and this is Bloom Chasers. This is from Very Special Games. You have this really cool big 3D tree in the center of the table that you are trying to get your color of blooms on so that you can get the most points, but there's very specific ways of how you can get your blooms on there and how you can manipulate other players' blooms. And at the end, you have this super cool looking tree. This is one also you can play with older kids or younger kids as well, and they will really enjoy. And the adults I've played it with have had a fun time and love the look of it. Then we have Vantage from Stonemaier Games. This one has so many cards in it. It is so heavy. But this is what I call D&D with guardrails. D&D is overwhelming to me. There's too many choices. It's not enjoyable for me. But this, I get to go to a location, which is a card, and then I have 6 choices to make. I can do one of 6 things, which for me is very nice. So I can decide how I want to do it. I've played some games where I'm like, I'm going to play super aggressively. I'm going to attack. I'm going to do all of the things that are not what I normally do and get deeper into the story. And other times I'm just going to explore a little more and I'm going to chat with people and I'm going to see what happens. So this is a really, really cool game. And if you use the online version of all of the rule books, it's so much easier than flipping through the 6 different books, and you won't accidentally spoil anything for yourself by reading ahead. But this is a very cool game, very different from anything else I have played. Then we have Speakeasy, the newest Fatale Lacerda game from Eagle Gryphon Games. And of the ones I have tried, I would say this is probably the most thematic. Again, it's like Galactic Cruise in that there's a lot going on, but that it makes sense why one action causes another or leads to another. You are running speakeasies in the 1920s during Prohibition, and you are hoping for the best. You are trying to avoid the police. You are trying to build up your empire and your network by opening clubs and casinos and doing all of the things and getting family members to go to the docks and do some things for you to make sure that all of your speakeasies are well stocked. So this one is very cool. And then finally from Ivy Studios, we have Tend. And this is the big mammer jammer of blank and write games. This has everything. I played this for the first time at Gen Con with a big group of 75 or 100 people that were playing it. Grant from Grant's GameRex hosted it. It was super fun. You have 2 sheets that have so much going on. You have animals and you have crops and you have scratch off tickets where you are mining down through the ore and trying to get different things. And it's over a set number of rounds and you are trying to build up the best area. It looks incredible. It feels thematic, which is sometimes hard to do with blank and write games. And it is just the chunkiest, crunchiest, thinkiest game in that genre that I have played. So if you know someone who's like, I don't like and write games because they're really just too basic or easy, which I hear some people say, this one is not. This is a gamer's game. Do not teach this to people who have not played a lot of games because it will break their brain and not in a fun way. This is a game that you need to work up to in the genre, so I would say it's not an intro game, but it is a fabulous game. So those are 10 of my big box games that came out in 2025. What would you add to the list? Are there any specific ones you would like to see a video for? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.